it's Chris Murray with childcare-marketing.com, providing you with another weekly video tip. And in this week's video, I wanted to talk to you about a question I get asked a lot, which is, what should I budget for my marketing and advertising efforts? A lot of people want to take it as a percentage of their tuition revenue, and that's really not a very strategic way to look at it. So what I wanted to do is provide you with a different way to look at it, and how I get my clients to figure out what to spend. The first consideration that you want to use in figuring this out is, what's your lifetime customer value? Okay, and we can walk you through, and the article that accompanies this video will walk you through the math of how to figure that out. But for most programs, you have an average lifetime customer value. In other words, the average value of a family to your program ranges between $20,000 and $35,000 on average. Okay, so it's extremely high for most service businesses, and because families, once they enroll with you, generally will stay with you for a long time, and multiple siblings will come, etc. So you have a very high lifetime customer value compared to other types of businesses like restaurants and dry cleaners and even pediatricians and orthodontists. You're more in that high-level category of high-level service businesses. So you can afford to spend a little bit more to get a customer, and that's a good position to be in. Okay, so that's the first consideration. So let's say your lifetime customer value is $30,000 and you're running a 20% profit margin. So taking 20% times 30,000, the net value of that average family to your pocket is $6,000. Okay, when you're looking at how much then can you afford to go spend to acquire that family, I think you could spend at least 10 or 20% of that. So I would say you could spend $600 or $1,000 to go get that customer. The other consideration is how full you are, right? So what's your capacity relative to your current enrollment? If you're 50% full, you need to be aggressive in getting your numbers up, because it's going to make a huge impact on your business. And even if you're 80% full, most of the profit in a child care center lives between the 80 and 100% full level, because there's these fixed costs, as you know, and so once you get past between that 80 to 100% sweet spot, it's almost pure profit hitting your bottom line. So those are all things to consider. You got to look at your capacity, you got to look at how fast you want to grow. You got to look at your competitive landscape. Are you in an extremely competitive market where there may be too many child care centers for the number of families in the area? If so, you're going to have to spend more, right? So it's all about who's going to effectively market and spend enough to go get that customer, and that's who wins the game. That's who grows the fastest. And part of that cost, part of your marketing and advertising cost, is also your promotions. So if you're going to do special offers, you could offer 1 month free childcare. You could offer the first week free. You could offer 3 free weeks. You could offer 2 months free. You could offer $1,000 off. I mean, there's all sorts of levels of how aggressive do you want to go get that customer, knowing that probably 60 or 70% of those families will stay with you, even after that period of freebie is over. So it's worth it to you to be aggressive in some cases, to go get full, to get, to spend the money, to make the investment, to get full, because you're going to have that sweet spot of profit at the top. So it's a totally different way of thinking than most childcare business people and most business people think about it. Okay, so those are all the things that I want you to think about in figuring out what your budget is. But let's figure out how many families you need to go get to be 95% full. Maybe you need 20 more families, and you're going to spend $500 on average to go get them. That would mean that you have a marketing budget of $10,000, and you could carve that out by quarter, or you could invest it up front in this back to school season to try to get really full fast. It's up to you and your cash flow, okay? So, but those are some strategic ways to think about what to spend, how much to spend, and some ways to figure it out, and lots of really good considerations, strategic considerations for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video tip. This has been Chris Murray with childcare-marketing.com, and we'll see you next time.